Welcome, my beautiful patrons, to your weekly reading. So let's go ahead and get started. In front of you, you have three groups. You have group number one. This is the door for group number one. We have group number two. This is your door. And we have group number three. This is your door. Alright, so go ahead and take a moment to select the door that calls to you the most, the group that calls to you the most. I am going to include the timestamps in the description below. Welcome, group number one, to your weekly reading. Let's see what predictions, what's going to happen, what advice Spirit has for you for this week. Let's take a look. So you picked pretty nice door. All right, I like it. Let's see what's behind this door. A note on love. Seek different seasons and enter into the unknown. When love is the focus, foundation and goal, blessed is the body, mind, and soul. Interesting. All right, and let's go ahead and take a look. This is a card from the Animal Spirit Oracle. Your animal spirit for this week is Hummingbird Spirit. Be here now. Interesting. All right. I love the hummingbird. Love the hummingbird spirit. There's definitely an energy of being present and in the moment and enjoying something very, very beautifully and precisely. Now, behind that door, we have a message of love, right? A note of love. And you are being asked to seek different seasons, right? And seek different seasons and enter into the unknown, right? When love is the focus. So the fact that you're being told to essentially do something with love and care and to really put a lot of dedication into it tells me that there might be a reason behind this. This could be that you are entering into a new phase, or that you are essentially completing a phase, and so it's important for you to, at this moment, try and enjoy it as much as possible. So we'll see what the tarot tells us. I'm interested in figuring out exactly what this may be. So we're going to go ahead and use the Star Tarot for this. Let's take a look. Star Tarot, see what we get. Be here now, Hummingbird Spirit. So Spirit, what is coming for this week? Help us out here. What is coming for this week? Okay. What is the advice? All right, group number one, interesting cards. So you've got the Judgment card, you've got the Seven of Wands reversed. There's definitely a project that you've been working towards, right? There's definitely something that you've been trying to obtain. There's definitely an energy here of achievements or reaching the end of something, and it feels like it is something that has to do with your career. It is something physical in nature. It is something that's going to essentially help you move forward in whatever projects you have. So it almost feels like you've been working up to something. You've been putting a lot of attention towards this, I would say, new idea, right? And the reason I say that is because of the Judgment card. In the Judgment card, what you have is an illustration of a person coming out of an egg. And so that egg is the idea kind of hashing, the idea that you have. And so it almost feels like, for this week, you are going to be able to see some kind of flourishing going on, some kind of success in this arena. Or it is going to help you generate new ideas for you to be able to move forward in what you have planned. And the reason I say that is because the advice cards are the Knight of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. And so the Knight of Pentacles beckons you to essentially step into this place of value, right? The Knight of Pentacles comes towards the edge of the water. There's a sense of respite. There's a sense of knowledge, knowing, understanding. Above that tree, all of those feathers are feathers from his ancestors. And so, he's just adding to this lineage. He's adding to the work that has already been essentially paved before him. So it's almost like, you are, I feel for some of you, you're a part of something. You are working towards something. You're definitely putting effort in this area. And maybe potentially you just haven't seen a lot of success. And the reason why you haven't seen it is because of this Seven of Wands reverse. It feels like, the energies around you are working against you. There's definitely a wall that you can't break. There's a barrier that you can't go through. There's this limitation, right? You can't get past that. And so, this could very well be about love. The fact that we have love showing up, and we are going to throw a lover's oracle since we have that love message. But it doesn't have to be about love. I feel that the fact that we don't have any cups does really just gives us a sense that this is very just, career oriented. This is about planning. This is about reaching a place of success on a physical level. And it doesn't have to be, it's not emotional in any way. This is idea generation as well. So let's go ahead and throw a lover's oracle and see if there's a love message for you for this week. Let's take a look. So this is from the lover's oracle cards. Let's see. Spirit, talk to us. All right. So your love message for the week is manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. Okay. All right. So now we've got, it makes perfect sense. Now we've got a message there that isn't essentially 100% about love. Even though it could be for some of you, you're trying to just find a partner. Maybe you are trying to reach your soulmate. It feels like for some of you that is the most important thing, and I think that this week is the week where you make progress towards that. And there is some advice here for you to be present, for you to start essentially planning ahead and doing things that position you for success in the future. But this could be talking about your health. It could be talking also about your physical state, right? The Knight of Pentacles can be talking about you working on your body, on your the things that you're eating. Just these things can actually help you move forward. But essentially for others, this is mostly about career. All right, so you've been working towards this thing. You are going to make progress. You are going to be successful this week as you move forward. I feel like some of you you've been a bit diligent about a certain situation. You've felt potentially that what you've been doing is wrong. And you haven't really maybe put in the dedication that you should. So you don't know if maybe you even deserve this. But I feel like, what the cards are telling you here is that it is meant for you. What's coming towards you is meant for you. Which is why, you've got here's these important keywords, right? Miracles, manifesting miracles. And so a miracle is definitely the manifestation of something that is completely unexpected. So even though you potentially feel like you haven't put in the work, or you haven't essentially done what you've needed to do to bring this into existence, it is still going to come to you. The miracles will show up. And so this is the week where you take a step forward. For some of you, you will see that miracle this week. Your dream is soon to become reality. The fact that we have that keyword there, soon, it's very important. The guiding message, trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance, right? Listen to your emotions, listen to your internal compass. It will not steer you wrong. It will help you. It'll move you towards what you ought to do. So very interesting. All right, so let's throw some more oracle cards and see what other messages we pick up on. We're going to throw a fairy temple oracle. Let's see what the fairy temple oracle has to tell us. All right. So we've got here resilience. Okay. So you are being asked to be resilient, group number 1, right? Resilience is important. Strengthen, step up, and support. All right. Strengthen, step up, and support. All right, so, and it's funny that it's right next to the Seven of Wands, which is devoid of strength. The Seven of Wands reverse is devoid of resilience. It's devoid of support, right? That this is essentially the Seven of Wands reverse is talking about inactivity. And so the fact that it's right next to it tells me that, you know, potentially if you feel this week that your energy levels are low, or you feel like maybe there's a great idea or a great plan, but you start procrastinating on it, try your best to get out of that procrastination, right? Try your very best to work diligently, to step up. Also, if you need to ask for that support and that help, don't be afraid to do so. Go ahead and ask for that support. This is very important. It is what's going to help you move forward and again be able to manifest these miracles, right? So just trust in your heart, trust in what you feel, trust in your internal compass, your intuition, what it's telling you. You're being led to a certain place, right? So we've got here the Knight of Pentacles that has been led to this stream of water where they now get to drink, and it's almost like the fact that they've been led there is essentially a plan from some divine source. The Two of Wands talks about planning. It talks about knowing exactly where you're going to go, and it also talks about with the Judgment card right above it. It talks about divine planning. It talks about divine guidance. So I feel like for some of you, you are being led towards something. All right, and it's important for you to be in the here and the now. That's the only way that you're going to be able to pick up on the signs, pick up on the energies that are around you. Be here, be now, be present, right? Don't be in the future. Don't live in the past. Don't live in the future, because that's only going to bring you anxiety. That's only going to bring you a sense of, depression. So be very careful. All right, so let's go ahead and continue with the oracle cards. Let's see what your self-love oracle message is for this week. Let's take a look. Return to center. All right, interesting. All right, so return to center. Chaotic events do not benefit from panicked reactions. The situation may not need a response from you. Stay calm and centered in your heart. All right, in case you want to read it yourself, there you go. This is interesting, right? This is definitely very interesting. It's talking about peace. It's talking about knowing that you have power. It's talking about knowing that you are in a place of just tranquility at this moment, and you don't have to sabotage that. You don't have to move away from that tranquility and that peace because other people come and maybe upset you. So for those of you that are currently in conflict, this is a beautiful message here, right? Stay calm and centered in your heart. Chaotic events do not benefit from a panicked reaction. So, anything that happens to you, don't be reactionary. Don't panic. Simply try and find that support. Try and find that strength to step up and be resilient is the message here. And again, you are manifesting miracles. And so it feels like for some of you that if the situation is just too chaotic, if you essentially, you can't see a way out of it, there is going to be a miracle that's going to come to you. And the fact that you've got this miracle card right next to the Judgment card, which is essentially Spirit's eye on you. Spirit saying, I see what you're going through, and I will in some ways intervene, right? That's what the Judgment card is telling me here, right next to this manifesting miracles, right? So don't think that you need to act. Don't think that you need to do something. Don't think that you need to say something, right? Just hold your ground and understand that there is this divine presence, this divine source that's trying to help you and assist you through the situation. So just allow it to work for you. All right, so let's go ahead and throw another card. We're going to throw a Priestess of Light. And let's see what the Priestess of Light wants to tell us. All right, here we go. Innovation, new creations. All right, so we go right back to how the reading started, right? From a place of creation, new idea generation, understanding of a difficult subject leading towards something new. So it feels like, a lot of the people that pick this group, you're creators. You are people that are going to be able to come up with a good idea, something that is going to serve a very strong purpose, whether it be entertainment or whether it be something useful. There is a sense of innovation. There's a sense of you offering the market something that it's needed. And so you are going to, in some ways, be able to reap the peace that comes by doing that, right? So innovations, new creations. Beautiful. All right, so let's see what your moon magic card is. Let's see what your moon magic, this is your affirmation for this week. Let's see what that affirmation is. All right, look at that. I have power. It is real. All right. I have power. It is real. So that is your positive affirmation. This is what you're going to keep telling yourself over and over and over again for the week. Remember that you do. I think that this energy here of wanting to step in and say something and do something, it comes from this sense of I don't have power, so I need to now show that I do, or in some ways overexert myself so that I can create and generate this power. But in reality, you already have that power. That power is with you. And so you don't need to act, you don't need to say, you don't need to overextend yourself to prove that you have power. You already have it. It's there. It's working for you, right? So remember, I have power. It is real. Beautiful reading for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. That brings us to the very end. I love you, my beautiful patrons. Bye-bye. Welcome, group number 2, to your weekly predictions, guidance, advice, what's coming next. So you picked a very auspicious door. I like this one. Let's take a good look. Wow. All right, let's see what's behind this door. Jude's Song. A reminder for even the most hopeless of lost cases. You can find peace within the strangest of places. Oof. Okay. And then this is from the Animal Oracle deck. We're going to go ahead and see what the theme of your week is going to be. Bee Spirit, sweet results await. All right, I like that. So Bee Spirit is your animal for the week. Sweet results await. My goodness, this is a very beautiful combination here, group number 2, with the Jude Song and a reminder that even if you are hopeless, even if it feels like you are not going to find a way out of this situation that you are currently facing, you will be able to. You will find a sense of peace and success in the strangest of places. And so, with the Bee Spirit, we have sweet results that await you for this week. So this is very beautiful, a very beautiful theme to your week. It's about success, it's about reaching something, it's about obtaining something, and essentially a resolution to a problem that you've been facing. This could be relationships, this could just be in your career, your work, your family, really any area of your life, right? We don't have an actual set understanding of what this problem is, but for those of you that picked this group, if you are currently going through something that's it seems very chaotic and it just seems like there is no resolution in sight, this is the energy here for this week of resolution, conclusions leading towards something better. So, very good start so far. Let's go ahead and throw some tarot and try and get some more, some specifics of what essentially is coming. What's maybe the advice, right? So we're going to start with 2 cards that are going to tell us what is coming towards you this week. Let's take a look. All right. 8 of Wands reversed, 5 of Swords reversed, and what is the advice? Oh boy. Boy, oh boy. Okay, so this is very interesting here. With the 5 of Swords reversed, what I feel that some of you have coming for this week is, once again, a resolution to a conflict, right? The 5 of Swords talks about conflict. It talks about you essentially being, maybe even taken advantage of, or being disenfranchised, or feeling, or not really feeling, but actually going through this energy of chaos, right? And it's almost like, with the fact that this card is reversed, it's like the worst part is over now, and now this is the recovery time. So this could very well just mean that you essentially maybe were you've been going through a very bad period, right? This could be in your career, in your finances, this can be in your love life. You've been going through a very bad stretch with that Five of Swords reverse. And so it's what that kind of looked like was inactivity, right? And so with the Eight of Wands, what we have is forward moving momentum if we were to see this upright. But the fact that it's reversed tells me that it's inactivity. And so the fact that we have sweet results that are coming for this week, the fact that we've got this finding peace, right, in the strangest of places, and we've got these two cards, the Five of Swords and the Eight of Wands, I feel like this is telling you that this is coming to an end, this inactivity, right? So some of you, I think, wish that there was more, wish that you could do more, wish that things were maybe different in whatever area of your life that you wish it to be, and unfortunately it just hasn't been that way. And so this is the week where you start to see that, right? You start to essentially experience that shift and that change. Now, you've got two very interesting major arcanas here, and this is interesting because you've got the World reversed. The World is number 21, and you also have the Judgment, which is the number 20 in the major arcana. So we've got here the very end of this, right? The conclusion of a journey, of the hero's journey. The Judgment and the World, but the World is reversed. So what this is telling you is that this isn't the week where this fully gets resolved, right? So this is the week that essentially you start seeing progress. It's going to take maybe at least another week before this comes to an end. But this is the week where you're able to fully look around and come to the understanding that, okay, this situation that's befallen me, this thing that I wanted to change, this thing that I wanted to do but couldn't, this is the week where the opportunities arise. This is the week where the heavens open up, opportunity shines on me. This is the week where I find that sweet nectar, right? Sweet results. So for some of you, this could be career. There's a strong energy here of career, and the reason I say that is because we don't have any cups, right? So a lot of you, this is mostly career based. This is something that you've been working towards, right, in your life. It could be a project, something artistic, just definitely something that you've been wanting to accomplish. Maybe travel somewhere, maybe the news for the news to shift and your investments start paying off. There's definitely a change, a shift, a moving forward, something dynamic changing for you. Not necessarily relationship wise, even though for some of you it is that. We are going to throw a Lover's Oracle card for those of you that essentially are thinking about love, right? So we'll throw one of those now. But we've got the Judgment card, which again, it's the heavens opening up for you. So the opportunities will present themselves to you for this week, for there to be change, for there to be a new reality, a new way of doing things with the Judgment card. But keep in mind, with the World reversed, right, this is not the end. This isn't the week where you reach that final step, that final push where you obtain exactly what you want. There's still a little bit more work to be done, but this is definitely towards the end of this. So for any of you that are facing something that has just kept you down, and I mean down, okay? You've got the Five of Swords, you've got the Eight of Wands reversed, which is talking about your energies being depleted. It could be talking about depression. It can be talking about feeling lethargic, feeling just, like you can't move forward and be and bring yourself to rise to a challenge. This is mental anguish with the Five of Swords. So whatever has been gripping you, it's about to loosen its grip, right? You are about to find something new. You are about to move towards a new reality, new understanding. Just a new, more exciting kind of energy is coming for you in your life, right? Sweet results await. The fact that we have results here, I know that you've been working towards it, even though maybe, this thing has really got you down. You've been working towards it, and you are going to find a respite. All right. And the fact that, we've got Jude's song talking about finding it in the strangest of places is interesting, because it's almost like if you're not going to expect how things are going to shift for you. There's no way that you can say, okay, that's how it's going to happen. So there's a sense of almost divine intervention with the judgment card. There's a sense of a source taking a look and saying, okay, this is what needs to change, this is what needs to shift in order to make sure that this is the end result, right? And so there's definitely an energy here of you getting that attention, getting that energy from spirit to clear your path so that you can move forward. All right, so let's go ahead and throw a Lover's Oracle, right? Let's see what the Lover's Oracle has to tell us about this week. Let's take a good look. All right, so what is your love message for the week? For those of you that are thinking about love, we've got here. All right, when it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. All right, interesting. So this is a very, I would say, there's this message here that it really just encompasses so much, right? There's no true understanding of what essentially is going to happen in your love. It's almost like an understanding of life itself, right? Every choice you make expands your understanding, right? That's kind of the message there. So I get the feeling that for those of you that pick this group and maybe have the idea that, it has to do with love, or you want a love message and you want some guidance, it's almost like this message is telling you there is no right or wrong, right? Just keep doing what you're doing. It's almost like if maybe some of you think, well, I have to change this, or I have to change that, or I have to maybe do something differently, but that is not your case. That is not your situation. Your situation is to simply just accept, expand that understanding, and that's pretty much it. I mean, there's really not much here as far as love. And with the tarot cards, it is confirmed that what we essentially have here, it's a very personal kind of energy for success, for moving forward, for expansion. I would say in your artistic, pursuits, your art, your analytical interests, your fundamental interests. There's just definitely much more than just love for this week. And this is just a results-driven week for you guys. That's really what I feel. I want to try and give a love message, but there's really not much here. This is the week. The theme of this week is definitely success, results that come after a long voyage. And so you're definitely going to see some forward-moving, successful energy for this week. Now, let's go ahead and see what the Oracle cards have to provide us with. We're going to start with the Fairy Temple Oracle. Let's see what the fairies have to tell us for this week. We have got Midsummer. All right, interesting. Midsummer. Prosper, progress, cultivate, right? What were we just talking about? That is the theme for this week, right? Prosper, progress, cultivate, right? So there's definitely an energy here of just being able to achieve something. I think that there might be some idea generation here. You might have a nice idea, and that idea is what's going to essentially lead you forward into success. Some of you might be waiting for an opportunity for something. That opportunity is about to present itself that will lead you towards more success. So this is definitely an energy here of reaching the end of something, reaching the end, and just essentially starting a whole new cycle, a whole new hero's journey. And boy, is it going to look awesome, because there's progress, there's prosperity. You've been working towards this, and this is the week that you're going to see that progress. Interesting. All right, so let's gain a little insight from the self-love oracle. Let's see what the advice is for you guys for this week. All right, so here we are. Own your power. Okay, interesting. So you've got here, own your power. And the message, changing the world is easier after one learns to change oneself. Become the change you wish to see and watch the world around you shift. Wow. So here it is, just in case you want to read it yourself. All right. Very powerful message. So, this is definitely, this is a reading about personal development. Okay. So, I felt it, but I hadn't really truly been able to find the words to express it. But now with this card, it's, blatantly something that needs to be talked about. So this is a week about that, this is a week where you work on yourself to try and reach a certain outcome, or you work on yourself to try and bring yourself peace. Make sure that you understand that you have power all around you. With the Judgment card, it talks about a connection to source. It talks about a connection to spirit. It talks about just putting your arms out and knowing that there is this divine presence that's going to bless you, that's going to help you in the darkest moments, in the most chaotic moments of your life. And so that is a part of your power, right? And so you must own that power. That is your power, right? That is your birthright. And so it's also this this understanding that in order for you to reach a place of peace and tranquility, you have to right now become that, right? Some of you, not some of you, but a lot of us, we think that if we can achieve this or if we can achieve that, then we'll have peace, then we'll feel in some ways completed, right? And we'll be able to take a deep breath and enjoy life around us. But that's not the case. In order for you to truly have that enjoyment, it's important for you to adapt it right now. So this is maybe potentially a week where you work on this, right? You work on finding that joy, finding that peace. Even though there are sweet results coming, it's almost like if Spirit's advice to you with these oracle cards is, hey, listen, yeah, you're going to change, you're going to have success, but it's important for you to de-stress, right? And try and feel the peace that you are trying to bring into your life by all of these accomplishments. Bring that peace into your life right now. You've already accomplished it. You already have power. You already are a successful person, right? And so now, there's this culmination of you actually obtaining this thing, but it's important for you to feel that peace. It's important for you to take that deep breath and understand that, you yourself, you are peace, you are happiness, and you must bring this into your space right now. Avoid anxiety, avoid depression. I keep getting a lot of messages of anxiety and depression in these readings. And this is very interesting, especially because I came across this interesting piece of article that talked about social media. And it just talked about technology and our phones. The research is astronomical on what these phones and these devices and these social media platforms are doing to us, doing to our brains. So, this could very well be talking about that. It could very well be talking about the distractions that keep you in this place, right? 8 of Wands reversed, 5 of Swords reversed, right? So we've got here definitely an attack on the mind. We have depression, we have anxiety. That's what these two cards represent. So maybe examine, right? How is it that you're giving away your power? And sometimes we give away our power by just being on the phone and looking at somebody else's life and saying, I wish I had that, right? That is giving away your power. Because that's not true. It's all fake. Anything you see on social media, it's fake. It's the best representation of a moment that might be fleeting. It is the epitome of fakeness, right? It's the epitome of disingenuine behavior. And so the fact that you are seeing it constantly might be altering your perception of what reality truly looks like and keeping you from actually building long-lasting, beautiful relationships and just being happy with yourself. So, I don't know why I felt like saying that, but maybe potentially for some of you that is important. Now that, you are being tasked with feeling peace, that is definitely an area that we can work on as a society to eradicate. All right, so let's go ahead and throw one more oracle card. We're going to go ahead and get a message from the Priestess of Light. Let's see what the Priestess of Light wants to tell you for this week. Brilliant beliefs. Okay, luminous life force, personal power. Okay, wow. Interesting. So, I feel group number 2, like, you are destined for beautiful things. You are destined to shine. You are destined for brilliance. You are destined to achieve something truly dynamic that's going to assist people, that's going to assist, of course, yourself, your family members. You are destined for power. You are destined to shine. And so I feel like one of the reasons why Spirit would like for you to work on this anxiety and this depression is because it's very difficult to reach this level if you don't leave that behind. All right, so you are moving towards success. You've done the work. You're going to have more energy, more reserves of energy. You're going to have more ideas that are going to just be magnificent. But you have to let go of that depression, that anxiety that's holding you back, keeping you in a place of, I would say, even mental enslavement. All right. So that is what I see here. Group number 2. Thank you for watching. Welcome, group number 3, to your weekly reading. So let's go ahead and find out, what are what's going to come. What are the predictions, the guidance, the advice for this week. You picked a pretty beautiful door, kind of rustic. Love it. Let's see what's behind this door. 1111. Wow. Numbers and doubles. Synchronicity in 2. Don't hold back. Your love now. Life is meant for you. All right. 1111. So if you guys have been seeing that number, that is a very interesting sign. We're going to talk about it right now. But first, let's go ahead and reveal what your animal oracle card is for the week. So let's take a look. You've got squirrel spirits. Believe in yourself. That is the theme for the week. Believe in yourself. Okay. So we're going to need some tarot cards to really, take a look at this and try and come to an understanding of what essentially is coming. But right off the bat, I feel like there is a message that's trying to make its way to you. There are ideas that are trying to come to you. I feel like some of you have a desire. I feel like some of you have this ambition to create something, but you don't really truly know what it is. It's just a seed at this moment. So this is the week I feel that seed is going to get watered, and I feel like you are going to potentially have some kind of breakthrough. Right, that seed is going to be able to break through the ground finally. And I feel like you are going to receive more information and more guidance from a divine source, from your spirit guides, from spirit. And the one thing I think that might be holding some of you back is that you don't believe that it's possible. You have the idea. It's very raw. It's a desire. It's a passion. It's a knowing that potentially this could be feasible, or it could be something that you can be successful in and you can find glory in, but you don't really go after it. You don't really truly believe. You kind of believe that this is a dream, and it might not happen for you. So a lot of you are telling yourselves it's okay if it doesn't. I'll be fine, right? But in actuality, that's kind of belief is limiting, because it's like you're telling yourself that it might be too great for you. And it's not too great for you. It's very attainable, whatever it is that you're trying to bring into existence. And the number 1111, I think that maybe a lot of you have been seeing it. If not, you will start seeing it more often. It's a symbol from your spirit guides telling you that you are at this moment listening. You are connected. There is a flow. There's an ebb. There's a flow and ebb that keeps on essentially being activated. It's like you receive information, you act on it, and that action leads to more information making its way to you. So I feel like some of you are truly at this moment manifesting what you want, and you are in the very beginning stages of whatever this project is. You are still in that belief stage where you have to believe in this, you have to believe in yourself, you have to believe that it's possible. But belief is everything, really. So if you truly believe that this is possible, that you can do it, you will receive more information. More things will be presented to you. The universe will yield to your desires and make available to you the information that you need to bring this magnificent idea or passion into existence. So very interesting. Let's see what that means for you for this week. Definitely that's the theme. Spirit would like for you to start moving in that direction more of believing and not holding back. There's a lot of beautiful things that are meant for you. Now we got to find out, what's essentially going on. What's the limiting factor here? So let's see what the tarot tells us. I'm going to start shuffling, shuffle. And here we go. What's coming for group number 3 for this week? Okay, what's the advice? Wow. Okay, interesting. Group number 3, there is a strong sense here of love. And for group numbers 1 and 2, there was no love. We got no cups at all. Here you've got 3 cups, so there's a strong indication here that there is this energy of love. Love. We're gonna throw a Lover's Oracle card now and see if there's any information that we can get for the week. But ultimately, it starts with loving yourself. It starts with loving your ideas. It starts with loving what you have, right? And that energy just kind of expands out of you. So there's definitely that. But what I feel that this reading is essentially leaning towards for some of you, it might be about relationships, right? It might be about a new beginning, a soulmate. It might be about potentially a new relationship that's coming, a new connection that's coming. This is very interesting here, okay? It doesn't have to be romantic in nature, but it is a relationship, and that relationship is going to be about love and understanding, and it is going to help you and your projects. It's going to make you a stronger person. All right, so this week is going to bring you satisfaction emotionally. All right, so you've got the 9 of Cups here. This wondrous woman is essentially happy with what's in front of her. She's adorning her home with her achievements, which are those cups in the background. There's a sense of true love for where she's at right now in her life. There's also a sense of blessings with that white dove, which is a symbolism of spirit looking down and saying, I bless this. This is what I choose to be around. I had a part in this, right? And so also with the lotus flowers, there's a sense of transformation, moving away from some kind of mundane energy that's not serving you, and making space for the newness, for the transformation. And so what that kind of leads us to, or what it represents, is happiness in this new existence for you, and it's almost like, for some of you, this could represent, as I've said, a new relationship, or at least someone that you're going to start talking to. All right, some of you are going to start talking to someone, and that is going to just bring you so much happiness. Ultimately, with the Strength card reversed, I also feel that this isn't just about finding someone, a soulmate connection or a new relationship. This is about character building. Maybe some of you have been going through some emotional insecurities, emotional disturbances, right? So we see that here with the 5 of Cups, right? This person can't focus on the beauty that's behind them, because they're focused on those 3 cups that are spilled in front of them. So this is someone who's depressed because they keep on looking at the past. They can't see what's in front of them, they focus too much on what's in front of them, and that front essentially means the past. So those three cups that have spilled, that's the past. You can't do anything about that. But what you can do is take a look behind you and really just try and find peace with that beauty that's essentially coming out of those cups, right? We've got more butterfly symbolism, so that those butterflies are beckoning you to transform, to recreate yourself, right? To really stop focusing on that negative energy in front of you in that past, and just look at the beauty and the happiness that's available to you with that beautiful sun. The rainbow is also in understanding that Spirit is connected to you at this time. Spirit is trying to help you, assist you, move you forward. There is an energy here of success. There's an energy here of, just feeling and being complete. And what that essentially turns into is an energy of feeling emotionally secure. So, I feel like maybe this leads into this belief here, right? With this squirrel spirit. Believe in yourself. Believe in how far you've come. Believe that you can do it on your own. Believe that you are more powerful than you actually think that you are, right? Five of Cups energy here, right? So that leads us to the final piece of the advice, which is the Princess of Cups. This is just emotional transformation, right? The princess isn't concerned for the things that she can't control. The princess has found her beautiful cup, right? And she's just so happy, so joyous, so content to share this message, to be at peace. You've got here essentially a symbolism of spirit all around her with these white doves and these fish that essentially can fly, the dolphins, the turtles. There's just a sense of life and there's a sense of newness, right? You've got on the other side there the crimson moon, so there's definitely an energy of reaching the end of something, and I feel like that end is this Five of Cups. It's finally you turning around and realizing that there's no need for you to be in this darkness, in this cloudy energy that's essentially keeping you down and keeping you depressed and keeping you upset. It's time for you to turn around. It's time for you to feel happy. It's time for you to feel joyous. It's time for you to feel content. Life is very, very short, right? Life is too short in order for you to be in that energy. And let me rephrase that. Life isn't short. Life is long enough, but it's important to learn how to use the time that you have, right? Life is short for people that squander their time. Life is short for people who spend years stuck on looking at those cups that have spilled over. Life is short for those people. But for the people who are able to just be very transformative, are able to move away from chaos and darkness, find that cup, right? Find that beauty, find that peace, find that wondrous, illuminating energy that is so prevalent, but which we often ignore, just don't really care for because we want to feel sad. For those people, life can take a very positive turn, and they're at the end of their life, they will feel like they've lived a full life, and in that process, they'll be able to essentially build a strong character, right? So we've got the Strength card here. And so for the week, I feel like you are stepping away from some kind of, sorrowful energy here. You're able to finally realize why things are happening and shifting around. For some of you, there is an energy of new relationships, right? A new person or a new door that's kind of opening, or someone becoming available that's just going to essentially build you up. Now, this is interesting. Let's see what we get as far as the Lover's Oracle cards. I want to see what we get here because this is truly interesting. Let's take a look. Alright, so this is your love message for the week. Ha ha ha! Soulmate, yeah. Soulmate, your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. Alright. Bam. I told you from the very beginning, right? Soulmate. There's definitely now, we've got an energy here of you finding your soulmate somehow, some way. Maybe this is the week where they notice you. Maybe this is the week where you kind of see them. It doesn't have to be the week where, the relationship starts, but this is definitely the week, I feel, where you start talking to them, where you start communicating with this soulmate of yours again. Again, for some reason I said again. I think that for some of you, you already know who your soulmate is, but you've been distant, or maybe there's been a lack of communication between the two of you, or a dialogue. I think that this is the week where you start communicating, where you start, essentially talking to this person again. But for a lot of you, I feel like this is the week where you gain that relationship, where you find that soulmate. This is very interesting, right? Very interesting. Wow. All right, so let's go ahead and throw some oracle cards and let's see what we get. We're going to start with the Fairy Temple Oracle. Pleasure. Wow. Okay. So for the week, you've got here pleasure, delight, embrace, open. Oof. All right. So there is a bit of I try and stay away from the sexual part of the readings and love and relationships, but there is a bit of sexual delight here, right? For some of you, it's like I feel like this is a week where you are going to really connect with someone. All right, really connect with someone, and it is going to feel like a very strong soulmate connection. So in some ways, you are being asked to open yourself up to this, to delight in that energy, to delight in that pleasurable energy. For some reason, when I read it, I felt, and I just had this feeling of, sex, but it doesn't really have to be that, right? You can have pleasure by simply just connecting with this person, communicating, talking, just being open to essentially receive from them, and you yourself give them as well. Give them the information that is going to just move that relationship forward. So very strong energy here for this week of love. Wow. All right, so let's see. We're going to throw a self-love oracle. We're going to see what advice the self-love oracle has to provide us with. Create. All right. Create. Everyone has the ability to create a life of joy. It is our birthright to manifest our desires, our hopes, and our dreams. Wow. So here you go, in case you want to read it a little closer. All right, so now we've got another card talking about desires, right? Desires. We've got pleasures. We've got delight. Now we've got soulmate. We have so many cups. So, there's definitely an energy here of just giving yourself into this loving energy. And in some ways, what it's going to help you do is connect to that divine source. Connect to what's truly magnificent and powerful. It's going to inspire you to move forward, to become a different person. It's almost like if, some of you are in need of this transformative kind of love to reach a new place in your lives, okay? There's this energy of creation that's inside of you, right, waiting to be birthed, right? But, the key driver that's going to spark that creation is love. So love is very important for a lot of you that are watching this. And I feel like this is the week where you make progress towards that. Interesting. All right, so let's see what the Priestess of Light has to share with you. This is the Priestess of Light Oracle. What does the Priestess of Light have to tell you? Divine Feminine. Okay. My goodness. Divine Feminine. Magnetic receptive power. Right? So this week you are going to feel the true power of divine femininity. Interesting. You are going to feel what it is to truly be a woman. And it's a very interesting thing. I mean, I feel like maybe potentially some of you have been living life kind of covering up. You've got this Five of Cups here, right? This is coverings. This is not being secure of yourself, doubting yourself, depression. Whereas here we've got a woman that is in complete control, right? There's this strong sense of just, I am a woman, I am magnetic, I am powerful. Take a look at my divine femininity, right? So I feel like for some of you this week, this is the week where you kind of break out, right? Where you just kind of really show that divine femininity that's, I feel, been locked away for some of you. Some of you have just not shown this part of you. You haven't wanted to. And I get this strong feeling that it's just you not truly believing in yourself, believing in your beauty, right? Believing in just how beautiful you truly are. Now, obviously, if you're a man and you're looking at this, you are in many ways going to connect with the divine feminine for this week, right? If your interest is women, then you are going to communicate. You are going to really truly find that magnetic divine feminine. You're going to be completely and utterly, inspired by it. It will be present for you for this week. But man, this is a very strong reading. Beautiful reading. I'm interested to know by the end of the week if maybe you did find your soulmate. So if you can write a comment, I'd appreciate it. I want to thank you, Seekers, for watching, my beautiful patrons. Thank you so much. And I hope you have a wonderful day or night wherever you are. Bye-bye.